Hello, loved ones. Thank you for joining me today. And if you're new to the channel, then welcome to the family. Today, we will review Married at First Sight Season 16 Matchmaker Special, where Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper highlight their process in selecting our 5 Nashville couples. If you are passionate about a particular cast member, please see the timestamps in the description box. To be a part of the congregation, please subscribe. To be part of the conversation, please comment. And to participate in today's offering, please drop a like in the collection plate. And with that, let's get started. Pastor Cal lets us know that after 15 seasons, there have been 13 married couples and 11 Married at First Sight babies. For season 16, they had over 2,500 applicants. So let's take a deep dive into our first couple, Chris and Nicole. Nicole is 32, and they gave her the name Serving the Sass. She is a senior marketing advisor. In her submission tape, she says that many people in Nashville that you meet, that they are just visiting. In her in-person interview, she says she is outgoing and fun. She got a peppy during the pandemic. She likes to clean, and Sunday is her lazy day. She's an overthinker, but she does not always have high energy. In her home visit, we learned that she's a marketing director for a real estate technology company. She wants a little spice, but not a bad boy. She has been in Nashville for 2 years. She is confident and self-aware because she went through a transformation. Now, she never commented on what that transformation is, so I'm definitely curious to hear more about that. She wants to do this experiment once, and that's all. She is very scared that on decision day, that she will have to get a divorce. And for me, I love that because that means that she is taking this experiment serious and she really wants a long-term relationship and doesn't want to just do this for fame or whatever else reason. She really wants to do it because she wants to be married. It was commented that she has a very organized closet, which means that she is very, very organized. And I also took some tips from some things that I saw in her closet. Now let's look at Chris. He's a 36 and they've named him the nice guy. He is a business consultant. In his submission tape, he says that he's a hopeless romantic who has had a bad luck picking a match. In his home visit, he says he's a business consultant for a technology company. So they both work in the technology industry. I think that is great. That's something that they may be able to bond on. He says he's open to marriage at first sight because people in dating apps, they play games. He has 2 huge dogs, but indicated that he would pick his wife over the dog as it relates to sleeping arrangements in the bed. For him, looks are important. That gives you the initial attraction, but the person that someone is, he wants someone that's that's selfless and is going to be a good mother, and that trumps the initial attraction. He likes to make people laugh and he likes to joke around, and he does impersonations, and he showed us one by impersonating Arnold Schwarzenegger. He lost part of his finger at work, and he says that he could have let it bother him, and at first it did get him down, but it doesn't bother him. He could have been depressed, but he is not bothered by it. He is ready for something that is really real and serious and someone he can make a life with. We then see Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper and what they think about why they are going to match these 2 people. As for Chris, they say sometimes he feels that he has been too nice. He has had relationships where the woman has walked all over him. Therefore, he has grown thick skin and he doesn't want to get hurt again. And he wants to be with someone who can appreciate who he is. They considered matching him with Emma, but decided against it because Emma has strong political views. And personally, I think that was a good save. We see how political differences on this show can really get in the way of a great couple. So I think that was a great call on their part, and I'm glad that they shared that with us. They say Nicole is in a class by herself, and she is a loving person. She has love for her dog, and because Chris has the same kind of passionate feeling about his animals, they will understand each other and really like that. They say Nicole is a compassionate person. She wants to love someone and does not want to get hurt anymore. She is looking for someone who will take care of her heart, and she needs a man who can take the lead in the relationship. And that they think is Chris. They think their looks is exactly what the other person wants. She is sexy and has a big smile and is very accepting. They think they are both caretakers. Each have said that in their past relationships, they put in all the work. Now they will be with someone who will put in the work and actually the kind of caregiver and serving and attention that they have each been longing for in past relationships. And they will be drawn to one another's personality, lifestyle, values, and economics. So their Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper matched Nicole with Chris, the nice guy with the serving the sash. So what do you guys think about this match? What do you guys think about Nicole? Do you think that her and Chris will make a good match? They then went and delivered the great news, and they found Nicole at her job, and she was really excited about it. And I love that Dr. Pepper played a game with each of her persons that she told, and she gave her a hypothetical that what if the sister doesn't like you? There's no reason, but she just doesn't like you, and he's told you that this sister is very important to him. And Nicole did give a reason or a way of how she would try to mend the gap, but we know they always say that. We don't always see it. But I did think that that was a good hypothetical to get her thinking. And then Pastor Cal told Chris, and he found him in some type of store. He is a business consultant, so I don't know if he was at one of his consulting clients' business, because it looked like more like a convenience store or something like that. And he had his dog with him, so I really don't know where he was. But Pastor Cal told him the news, and it was so cute because the producer said, "What do you think her name is?" And he said he felt like her name was Nicole and that she was a brunette. So I hope even that very small detail will help him find a quick connection to Nicole when he meets her. So that is our first match, Nicole and Chris. Next we have Domynique and Mackinley. Domynique is 25 years old and they call her the old soul. She is an account manager. In her in-person interview, she says she is an old soul. The Nashville guys need Jesus, and she is an independent woman and she wants an independent man. In her home visit, she shows us her collection of catfish that she has caught fishing with her mom. And she has a lot of little catfishes, and she is very, very excited about her catches. She says her mom initially applied for her, and she thinks that The mom thinks that she needs the intervention. Now, I don't know what I think about this because I'm really big on, I don't like when people are recruited. And so, I mean, it's kind of like her mom recruited her. So then that makes me think, are you really serious? Because this is not something that you wanted for yourself, but something that someone else thought you should have. So not too sure about what I think about that. She says that she is willing to make the compromise for this experiment, and she believes she is understanding, honest, and believes in compromise and communication. She does not expect a person to be perfect, but she just wants them to try. She says she can't compromise on kids. She wants someone who is loyal and a genuine person. She wants someone who is ambitious in their career, someone who has goals, mentally and emotionally mature. We then look at Mackinley. Now she is 25 and he is 34, 9 years older. And they call him the introverted dreamer. I didn't really get an introverted vibe for him, but oh well, the introverted dreamer. He is an entrepreneur. In his home visit, he says that when he is into something, he goes all in. He is in a good position financially, and he can provide for a wife even if they decide to work or if his wife wants to stay at home, which I think is very cool for a 25-year-old person, because then if she wants to have kids right away, she can kind of stay home. It may not be as a big deal for her because she may not be as far into her career as maybe some older women. So that to me seems like a good match if he is able to provide for her in terms of the age difference. He wants someone who is compassionate, family oriented, wants children. He is an uncle to 7, and he is more introverted, so he wants someone outgoing, a little sass. He wants somebody to be goofy and to laugh with. And I think that Domynique has a lot of sass. We know that she is into family, and she's more outgoing, I think, than he is, but I didn't see the introverted side. But you know, I am looking at him through an edit, so maybe he is. We then look at Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal and why they felt he was a good match for her. They says he has lots of swag. They think he is going places. He is ambitious. He is close to his family, open to a woman outside of his race because she is a different race than he is. He wants someone who is compassionate, motivated, and does not mind someone who is a little sassy. He wants someone with a little spice, and he is handsome. For her, they say she is a very attractive young woman. She is charming, fun to talk to, younger than what they would normally be excited about, but it seems like she really is an old soul. She wants someone who is stable, established, economically responsible, looking for a grown-up. She wants someone who has a sense of humor. I don't know if I saw a sense of humor in him. She is a big athlete and very family-oriented. They say he's a family athlete, but I didn't get that vibe either. They both like working out. They would find compatibility in their active lifestyles. They have a lot of hobbies, and they will keep each other busy. They both like sports, and they like adventure. They both are independent and want someone who is also independent. She comes from a diverse family, so she can be with someone outside of her race, and family is extremely important to the both of them. That they see a lot of promise for this couple, and they could be an exciting young couple and get what both of them want, which is family, success, stability, love, and sex. And that is the reason why they matched Domynique with Mackinley. So what do you all think about that match? For Domynique and Mackinley, for Domynique, they found her, Pastor Cal found her fishing with her mom, and her mom was really excited since her mom is the one who put in the initial application, and Pastor Cal said he had never made a reveal in front of a mom, so that was a first. But it was really nice that her mom could share that moment with her. Or maybe he was doing his cannabis business and he was also an entrepreneur, project manager on the side and wherever he came from, and now he just brought it to Nashville, so he has already know the lay of the land and the tricks in the trade. But I was very curious. I had more questions and answers for Mr. Mackinley. Next we have Shaquille and Kirsten. Kirsten is 32 and they call her Miss Great Expectations, and she is a real estate agent. In her in-person interview, she said she does not require much, but when she asks for something, she thinks she should get it. And I know that sounds weird, but I'm like that. And I agree, because I feel like I don't really ask for a lot. So the few things that I ask for, then I should really get. But sometimes the other person, they don't really look at it like that. You know, it's your fault. You don't really ask for much. So just because you ask for it doesn't mean that you're going to get it. But I understood her thought behind that exactly. She wants someone who can be a protector and a provider, does not want to be alone, loves a man of faith, she wants to be up in the church, and she watches church every Sunday. 3 years ago, she was in a relationship where the person cheated. In her in-home visit, she said she does not want to be alone at age 40, which is in 8 years. She would like the person she married she would like for him to be spiritual. She grew up in the Baptist church and watches church every Sunday. When you are going through hard times, you may need to pray, write down something, have the support of a church family, or be in the sanctuary. And I do like that about her. Although I didn't get the sense that she was just super religious, because she said she watches church on TV every Sunday. A lot of people who are really religious, they're actually a part of a church family, and they are a part of the community of God in that way. However, I mean, it could have been the edit. She may be a little more involved than they alluded to, because, you know, I don't think that they really talk about religion and spirituality very much on reality television shows. But I like that she mentioned it, which means it is a very, very important part of who she is. And regardless of how active she is, she knows where to go when you need him. And when you need him, you need to be able to go and call on Jesus. So I'm also grew up in the Baptist church, so I kind of understand her in a spiritual sense as to how the teachings, I guess I should say, of the Baptist denomination. But I love that about her, and that it was important enough for her to mention it in her interview. And she does not want someone, she does not want someone who is not loyal. She does not want someone who is not loyal because she was cheated on a few years ago. They then matched her with Shaquille. And Shaquille, in his in-person interview, he says he wants someone who is smart, intelligent, outgoing, adventurous, and wants more out of life. In his home visit, he says they noted that he had an organized closet and he had a lot of suits. He says he has to dress up for work every day. Because he gets his clothes tailored and because it is expensive, he has found a way in a hobby in order to tailor his own clothes, and he also makes bow ties. He is creative, optimistic, outgoing, loyal. Faith is important to him because he does not think you can get anywhere in life without faith. So I love that they both have that in common. And personally, I would love to believe that Christians, hey, they're Christians, you should match them, they're going to get along. But we know in reality, the Christian community, we as a church family, our divorce rate is very similar to the secular world. So I want to think that would hold them together, but I know that it just does not. It should hold us together, but in many cases, it does not. And I do think that he lives out his faith. He had this huge picture on his wall that was the scripture, trust in the Lord with all thine heart. And he had it prominent at his workspace. So, he really didn't talk about his involvement in the Christian community, but he did say faith was important to him. And I am glad that they will be able to connect on that level. And I hope that this couple will be able to showcase the power of God in the relationship when things get hard, because we know no couple is perfect. So he says he wants kids. He's a proud uncle of 5 nieces, and he wants his wife to be educated, understanding, loyal, and outgoing. And honestly, I do believe that Kirsten fits that. I think that she is educated. She has a master's degree, understanding, loyal, and outgoing. Now, why did Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal match these two? They say that Shaquille is serious about wanting a partner to go through life with. He wants someone to be on his arm and working the room when he is representing the university, because he is a university director. He wants someone that he can be proud of, who is also educated and attractive. He wants someone religious, and he also wants someone who likes a traditional role, someone who will take care of him. I don't know if I saw anything in Kirsten's package that would indicate that she would be willing to kind of be traditional and take care of him. She seems like she's more like of an outgoing person, and she a real estate agent, so she definitely, that's kind of like owning your own business within itself. But I'm looking at the edited version, so maybe she said some other things. And we do know, I think that there are some high-powered business women who want to take care of their man, so I don't want to rule her out on that. I just didn't see anything that would lead me to think that she wanted more of a traditional particular role in her household. But they say she is a real estate agent, and she is very serious about it. She is ambitious. She wants a man who is ambitious, intelligent, and loyal, and she is traditional and very religious. They say that he is ambitious and he is going to be successful. He is going to be a leader, and she wants a leader. She has a lot of what he is looking for, what she wants he can be, and what he wants she can be. He wants someone who can accompany him to his events, and they think that she would be happy doing that. I think she'd be happy doing that too. She wants a man who is going somewhere. Both want kids, both want to go to church, both love family, both are neat and care about how they look and how they present themselves. They think these two people are going the same direction and have the same aspiration and goals. So that is the reason why they matched Shaquille and Kirsten. So what do you think about this match? Do you think that they did a great job? I do think that on paper, it appears like a really good match. They both want kids. They both talked about status. They both want intelligence. They both talked about ambitious. They want educated people. And I think that's all great. And I think that it would be a recipe for success. I just do not think that, I don't know, I kind of get the Jasmina kind of situation when I see Kirsten. So I hope that I am wrong, but I don't think that this is going to be a good match. Although I can understand why they're matched. And maybe I'm just a little jaded because Jasmina, I thought that was the perfect match, but it really goes to personality in the end. I think that most people that you match together are going to be great matches if they're great people, but then it's just that personality and how that comes out. And if people are willing to compromise, I mean, I think most of you guys know I love this show because I believe in arranged marriages, and I honestly believe that any two people who want to make it work and want to compromise in a way that their marriage will work, then I think that they can. I think that a lot of successful arranged marriages we've seen in our lifetime, so I really believe that it can work, but it just depends on the people. They have to want to make it work. So let me know what you think about Shaquille and Kirsten and why they were matched. Let's look at our fourth couple, Clint and Gina. Gina is 35 and they call her spontaneous, styling, and slaying. She is a salon owner. In her in-person interview, she says some men find her intimidating and they do not like that she's an entrepreneur, which is similar to what we heard from Stasia. She says that she is a hard worker and she wants someone who is ambitious and who will bring out her best self. In her home visit, she says that she went through a bad breakup. She wants a guy who can be supportive with her being a business owner. She has been around guys who are intimidated that she runs her own business and could potentially earn more money than them. She says she is fine if she makes more money than her husband. She wants him to be a great father. She is active and definitely wants to get out and do things. She loves to travel. They have lakes around Nashville, so that's very fun. But she really likes mostly going out to eat and to listen to live music. Now, Clint. Clint is 40. He is seeking a first mate, and he is an account executive. And in his submission tape, he says that he wants to be the couple that everyone is jealous about, and they do everything together. So we are going to see if that's the couple that they claim to be, and if he is going to encourage that particular interaction. In his home visit, we see that he has a home flying simulation equipment, and it seems like it is top notch, and it looks like it costs a very pretty penny. He wants someone who has natural beauty because he likes to do things outside, and also he likes to do 5-star restaurants. So it sounded like to me that he wanted the person to have natural beauty and not have to be made up all the time because he wanted to do outdoor things, but he did not mind if she is a little made up when they go places like 5-star restaurants. So I felt like he was more saying that he wants someone who is versatile, who could be natural in natural environments, and who could glam it up when it's glam time. He flies and races sailboats competitively. So if he does that competitively, it's probably another source of income, because a lot of things like that, hobby related, you do get paid if you compete in a competitive field like that. So it sounds like he may have additional income besides just being an account executive. He wants them to have passions that they introduce him to, and then he wants them to participate in one another's passions. So it sounds like he wants a two-way street in that way. and he wants to have kids. He interacts with the selling community children, and when he sees them, he tries to interact with them, teach them a few things. He said he is set financially, and I don't know what that means. Does that mean that he just has a good job, or he has a little nest egg? I know last year was it last year? Steve, we were guessing the year before in season 14, guessing if Steve had a little nest egg. And Pastor Cal asked a few of them if they were set financially. So it could mean that I'm just able to support what I'm doing right now, pay my bills, but I don't know, something about it made me think that maybe he is set financially just beyond the monthly. And one of the reasons why I may think that is because if he does competitive sailing and if he's good at what he does, he may have a couple of nest eggs from that particular endeavor. He wants someone who is determined, and he also said someone who's determined, someone who owns their own business. So he actually said the occupation that Gina does. He wants someone who has desire and a passion, and he has no problem if she makes more than him, which is something they ask both couples. So I think that would be a good pairing. I feel like I saw the most just commonalities between this pair than some of the other ones. So why were they matched? They say she is a great girl, very clean, nice and well-appointed home. She is a salon owner and a first-class entrepreneur. She started off as a hairstylist and now she owns her own business. She is dedicated to her job and wants to succeed, but wants to make time for love. She loves going out. She is very active. She loves doing shows. She loves doing concerts, and she has a great attitude about life and what she wants out of life. She is willing and ready to give herself to someone who is worthy. She is warm and have direct eye contact, and she is a very sexy lady. As for Clint, they say he is a fun person and he enjoys sailing and is looking for someone who is active. He really wants to settle down, and at this stage of his life, he is passionate about everything he does. And she is passionate about her work, and they would understand the same drive in the other person. They have a lifestyle that would be complementary to the other. She is looking for someone who is creative and outgoing, and Clint is that guy. He says he wants someone open-minded, adventurous, and athletic, and they think that she is all of that. She has so much going for her. She likes to hike, and they both have many interests, and they are both kind people. So that is the reason that Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper matched Clint and Gina. And they told them, so Gina, when they caught up with her, which was awesome, Pastor Cal came to deliver the news, and she was looking at plans for the new building that she is building for her salon. I wasn't clear if she's opening the second salon or if she's going to move to this design space, but it was very inspiring just to see a woman doing her thing, designing her own little business area for her to continue to grow and develop. And she was very excited. I mean, she had the plans out and everything. So I really am glad they highlighted that for her. And Clint, Dr. Pepper found him, and he was sailing on his sailboat. So he was just getting back from the passion that he loves, and he was excited as well. So I'm really glad that for both of them, we got to see them in their own element and in their own space. So what do you think about Clint and Gina? Do you think this was a great match? Please let us know in the comment section. Now we have our last couple Jasmine and Airris. Jasmine is 31. They call her the queen without a king, and she is a competitive cheerleading coach. And I love that. I love girly girl activities. I love cheerleading. I love dance. I watch all of the dance shows. I'm wondering if she used to be like a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader or something, but she's in Nashville. So whatever the cheerleading squad they have for their team, I would love to know that. So I'm going to try to, well, she might say it during the show, and I might do a Google search to see if I can find out. I did do a Google search on her since she is a pageant queen, and her campaign for her pageant, she focused on diabetes. And so I think that's really good because that is very prevalent in the African American culture. So she seems like a well put together young lady. In her in-person interview, she says she's a girl who gets the man ready for the next relationship that he then wants to wife. In her home visit, she said that she is not high maintenance, although she has won a national title as Miss USA, and she only dresses up when she needs to. She was in a relationship for 4 years and they lived together, and he bought her a ring, but it sat in the safe for a year and she just didn't think the relationship was going anywhere, so she broke it off. She wants someone to be her person. She wants to help each other build. She wants someone who values family. She wants a person of faith since she is a preacher's kid, strong in who they are, and she is ready for marriage. She says she is very close to her family, and her dad takes the family on a family vacation every year. As for Airris, he is 39. They call him reformed and ready for love, and he is a software developer. In his in-person interview, he says that he saw an older couple when he was out running, and he just had to stop and take in the sight. And I can relate. When you see an older couple, they look so in love, you know, they've been through some things to make it where they are. It is a sight to see. He says he wants someone who wants kids and is supportive and who will uplift him. In his home visit, it was very sketchy because he did not have many clothes in the closet, and he had clothes in a bag that was folded up. Honestly, I really did not think that this was his home. I don't know if it's anybody's home actually, because like, how do you not have clothes in the closet? That seemed really weird. So I really think that there's something up with Airris, and I'm not sure if we will be able to discover what that is. He says his mom does fold his clothes sometimes because he goes over there to wash and, you know, does do his laundry at his mom's. He says he plans to give flowers and surprises unprompted. He found out about a nonprofit, and he wants to be a part of bringing Black kids into the technology space. And I really love that. He wants someone who is family oriented, wants someone who is open, and everything does not have to be their way. So he wants someone who can compromise. And I think that Jasmine is a compromiser. He wants to be a super fan of hers, and he wants it to be reciprocated. And I think in what she does, she could use his support. And I think that she is a supportive person. So I really like that about both of them. Now, why they were matched. They were really impressed with Jasmine. They say she is a good-looking woman, has been in pageants her whole life, but she does not have the princess mentality. She is down to earth and has been a cheerleading coach. She mentors young girls and is close to her family. Her parents have been together for years, and she has never heard them argue, which is a very big deal. She sees them as the ideal couple. She wants someone who is kind, and she is very traditional in many ways. She wants a guy who leads, and she wants someone who wants children. Airris lost his dad when he was 11. He would love a family to melt into. He eventually wants kids. He has a responsible job and moving into a much more serious position where he can go forward with it. He has led a bachelor's life and he says he's over it. He says he needs a connection. He says he wants a wife. He says he wants to be married. And I really do hope that that is true because I want the best for Jasmine. She's America's little sweetheart. She's a pageant girl. They think he thinks a lot about who he is going to be with in a way that shows that he is thinking about someone seriously. He says he wants someone he can spoil and be their biggest advocate and fan. And he wants someone who is a good communicator, who is humorous, adventurous, outgoing, and he needs someone who will help him come out of his shell. He also wants a confident woman who is self-possessed. Jasmine is a cheer coach, so that shows that she has confidence. She has to feel good about herself if she has been a pageant queen. Airris does not have dogs, but they believe that he will be open to Jasmine's dog, and Jasmine breeds dogs, which I am very shocked about, that she is a dog breeder. Her interaction with the dogs brings out the sweetness in her, and it shows her heart, and they think that Airris will like that. And that is why they matched Airris and Jasmine. What do you think? What do you think about this couple? What do you think about this match? I do think that we're going to get like a Katina, where she's not going to be acting crazy on camera. Well, I guess Katina did go off on Lindsay that one time. But I feel like Katina was very prim and proper, watched what she said. And when she thought she was going to act crazy, she said, I'm going to need to take a minute. And I think that Jasmine will be like that because she is prepped for the camera. She is a pageant girl. Pageant girls, pageant people, they're really prepped in terms of etiquette. And, you know, she spent a year being the queen, so she has represented this national brand in many ways. And I don't think that she would want to bring anything negative upon the organization, because once you put that out there, you represent that particular organization in everything you do. Even though Married at First Sight is nothing to do with pageants, she still is going to be representing Miss USA. She won Miss USA in 2021, and I found a Facebook page that kind of detailed what her reign was and gave a couple of things that she did, and she seemed like she repped them very well. She was definitely a bad brand ambassador for that, and I think that she will know the impact of having a good edit and also coming across on camera as America's sweetheart, because this can land you opportunities down the road. So I think that we're going to see a very poised Jasmine, and I'm okay with that. I love when people can conduct themselves in a respectable manner. So I think she's going to be very poised and very conscious of what she says and how she looks on camera. So Dr. Pepper came to deliver the news, and she came to her cheerleading practice while she was teaching the young ladies. And when they found out, they did a little cheer for her, talking about how she's going to be a bride to be. And I thought that was really good that they got the girls involved, kind of let us see her passion and where her passion lies in terms of working with kids. And for Airris, Pastor Cal met him in a shoe store, and I guess he loves shoes. I don't know, because we didn't see nothing in his closet, but I guess he's a big shoe person. So they met in a shoe store, and he was really excited about that as well. Not really sure about that location because there was nothing in his package. that really showed that this would be a passion of his. But those are our 5 couples. So our five couples are Shaquille and Kirsten, Nicole and Chris, Domynique and Mackinley, Gina and Clint, and Jasmine and Airris. So what do you think? What do you think about these couples? Are you excited about Nashville? Do you think they did a great job on the matches? I think they did okay. I mean, I think that they found some really nice people who, I feel like if 2 nice people really get together and they want to make it work, they can, and as long as they kind of agree on the big things. I am so glad that they steered clear of the whole political thing, because I think that that can cause a problem. But, I think that they did. I think that they at least justified what their matches were. So what do you think? Do you think they'll get a lot of heat this year? Because, everybody always likes to blame it on the experts for the matches. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you catch my next video where we will discuss the kickoff special, and we will dive deep into what we think about who will make it come decision day. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, live with intention. Be intentional.